It was Christmas Eve at Mount Zion Baptist Church, and the holiday choir was rehearsing for the big service. Ethel, with her signature church hat and a side eye sharper than a blade, was belting out her solo. Across the sanctuary, Herbert, the unofficial Barry White of Mount Zion, was warming up his deep baritone. They'd been in the choir together for years, but neither could muster the courage to admit they liked each other. Ethel would say, "Herbert's a smooth talker, but he ain't fooling me." Meanwhile, Herbert would mutter, "Ethel's fine, but she'll cut you with that tongue. You gotta be ready for her." Enter Brother Otis, aka Santa, for the evening, rocking a red velvet suit 2 sizes too small. He wasn't just here to hand out candy canes, he had a plan. "All right, choir, gather around," Otis boomed, pulling out 2 shiny envelopes. This year, the church is giving a special Christmas blessing, dinner for 2 at Sister Clara's Soul Food Kitchen. But there's a twist. Ethel raised an eyebrow. "What kind of twist, Otis? I don't trust you or that cheap suit." Otis grinned. "The dinner goes to the couple I pick, and tonight's lovebirds are Ethel and Herbert." The room erupted in laughter and gasps. Ethel clutched her pearls. "Now, wait a minute. No argument, Sister Ethel," Otis said, handing her the envelope. "Y'all been circling each other for years. Call it a Christmas miracle, or call it Otis being tired of watching y'all act like teenagers." Herbert, adjusting his tie, tried to play it cool. "Well, if Sister Ethel don't mind, I'd be honored to accompany her." Ethel sighed, her hat tilted just right for maximum attitude. "Fine, but if you embarrass me, Herbert, I'll pray for you extra hard." Sister Clara's Soul Food kitchen was decked out for Christmas with twinkling lights and the smell of fried chicken and collard greens in the air. Ethel walked in like a queen, her coat trimmed with fur, while Herbert held the door like a true gentleman. Over cornbread and smothered pork chops, the tension began to melt. Herbert told a story about a time he fell off the pulpit during a sermon, and Ethel laughed so hard she nearly choked on her sweet tea. "Herbert, you're a mess," she said, dabbing her eyes. "And you're beautiful when you laugh," he replied, his voice low and sincere. Ethel paused, the compliment catching her off guard. "Well, thank you, Herbert." By dessert, peach cobbler, of course, they were sitting a little closer, the teasing turning into genuine conversation. They talked about everything, their favorite hymns, their late spouses, and the way Christmas always seemed to bring surprises. As they left the restaurant, the snow falling lightly, Herbert offered his arm. Ethel took it, and for once there was no sass, just a smile.